Do
Mhm.
you think people of your age, let's just say millennials in particular, have a different view on the paranormal and ghosts and aliens as compared to, like, say, my generation, which is Generation X,
Yeah.
or the baby boom generation? Do you think we have different attitudes, or do you think it's pretty well universal feelings?
I think that feelings are universal. I think that belief systems are not. And I think that that affects our interactions more than the feelings do. And I think that when you have a specific belief system, I think it could be summarized in the way you dress to work and the way you come home from work. Uh, the baby boomers, they still had their tie on, they still had their shirts tucked in and their belt on, and when they came home, they might have thrown their jacket on their shoulder, but that's about it. And then the Gen X, they had their tie either untied and hanging with no jacket going to work, or they had the tie at least pulled down, and most likely a belt or no belt. So you're taking steps down in your ability to relax in the real world and not be so holding yourself to kind of unrealistic standards based off of everyone else's expectations. But that's what you did back there. And so I think that now, I remember being in private school, we took our ties completely off, threw them in our pockets. I never wore a belt. We would pull our pants up a little bit so that way we could like let our legs breathe, and we would untuck our shirts. And so I think that that physical manifestation can perfectly explain our ability to relax and see what's not in front of us. Um, because it shows our belief systems via what we are doing physically and our how we perceive ourselves in the world and how much we allow ourselves to do things based off of what other people think of us. And I think that based off of that, that dictates our ability to allow those thoughts in and trust them. I think the more you have an ability to trust yourself and not make someone else your higher power, and the more you have the ability to have a higher power and recognize that you didn't create all of this and that you just kind of experiencing it, kind of just watching it, like even your thoughts aren't yours. So that's why I think it's funny when people think that other things can't be as whimsical or as untangible, intangible, yeah, intangible. Because there's so many things that we can't see. There's so many things that are moving. There's so many things that are doing things like frequencies of light, sounds. I mean, there's so many things that we can't see, we can't hear. There's people out there with three times as many cones on their eyes that can see colors that we can't see. And I think that there's also like Native Americans that have 50 colors for different shades of green, but then they only have one shade for blue. Like there's all these different variations that are dependent upon your experience and your ability to see things. And as a hairstylist, picking out things and being a color correction specialist, having the ability to just allow collective consciousness to run through me and out of me and letting it go, like I can't control what's going to happen, but I can react to it in a positive way and allow what is in front of me to just do the best next thing. That's what color correction is all about, but that's also what life is about. And I think that when you allow yourself to breathe, you allow your brain to breathe. And I think when you allow yourself to heal, you also allow your energy and your bubble to heal. And it allows you to have the capacity to allow healthy things in, including the capacity to process past traumas.